Hello there, ahoy, and good evening. This is the news. A Michigan woman was brutally attacked by her Rottweiler after feeding it a THC gummy. The dog was humanely euthanized, but unfortunately, the woman is expected to make a full recovery.
Messed up, man. Earlier this month, Domino's announced a partnership with Microsoft to create an AI assistant for restaurant managers. What does this mean for the company? Most likely, more awful pizza. It's really trash. A lot of people defend it. I don't get it.
No, it's not good.
No, it's not. No. It's like cardboard.
It's come a long way with the sauce. Let's not be hasty with it.
Okay.
This past weekend, rapper Blueface turned his private suite at the LA Rams game into his own personal strip club before proposing to his girlfriend. Blueface is known for his 2018 hit, Thotiana, and for ODing on Percocet in a couple of months.
No, I'll not remember either of those.
Almost 200 corpses were found in a Colorado funeral home this past weekend after accusations of improper storage. One cop said, "This many lifeless bodies haven't been seen together since U2 played the Sphere." All the corpses will be voting Democrat next fall.
Of course.
Welcome to Normal World. I'm Dave Landau.
I'm quarterback Garrett.
And I'm Angela.
And we are joined today by the host of It's Erik Nagel. Please welcome my friend, Erik Nagel.
Who would have expected that?
I'm really glad you're here.
Eric.
Thank you, buddy.
Seriously.
I haven't
And
seen you in a while.
it's been too long.
It is.
It's been way too long. And many of you might know him from the old Opie and Anthony days, back when I was on the old Anthony Cumia show.
Compound Media,
The
yeah.
very Artie and Anthony, there's a whole shebang.
Like a saga.
Yeah,
whole
when you would
lore
think
behind
like, oh, there's errors to shows. It was like, well, every 4 to 6 months there was a new error happening at that place. It's like, where are we now?
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah, there
figure
was
it out.
a lot of trial and error, not as much as error.
Yeah, we should probably, screen people, vet people before we hire. And
Now bring in
Nobody does
We
that.
don't.
bring in Lenny Dykstra.
yeah,
So
we did.
I know. Boy,
We should get Lenny.
he's great. I would have him on here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Burn this place down.
he will be on coke, and there will be a fire. But it's a
You just have
great
to plan
interview.
around that.
Great interview.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, we do have a new Speaker of the House. I want to announce that. It is Gallagher 2.
Yeah, Gallagher.
Yeah.
Make sure we bring in you the news. New Speaker of the House, Gallagher 2.
He'll get things done.
He will. It's about time we had somebody. Pelosi was just too old.
Have you seen his hammer? Get
Not his
things done,
hammer.
man.
Somebody
Well,
else's
it's true.
hammer,
It's his
but
brother's
Yeah.
hammer.
I mean, his brother gave him an old
He wasn't
hammer.
using it.
Everything's hand-me-downs.
It's old hand-me-down hammers. It's old mallets.
Hey, this is the family's mallet. You take care of this now. Smashes the melons.
Big bowling pins.
Gourds.
Sits on a giant couch.
Mounted on wall like fishing trophies.
Yeah, just still dressed better than Fetterman.
It's not hard.
You think the whole front row will just be covered in watermelon, or will they wear tarps?
Motion passed.
And everybody's like,
Hey.
we got our way, but you ruined my
lot more fun.
suit.
Tell you, man, C-SPAN's ratings going through the roof if you're watching that.
Big time. Gallagher, too, if there's one thing he does, it's bring money.
Yeah. Brings the crowds around.
Ask any county fair in the early 90s, and they'll tell you. Speaking of pilots, court documents revealed an off-duty pilot tried to shut down a plane mid-flight while on psychedelic mushrooms.
Wow.
We actually have his in-flight announcement and mugshot.
Good morning. This is your captain speaking. My crew of magic elves and I would like to welcome you aboard today's flight. We've reached our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet, and I am the Lizard King. I will now be shutting off the engine, and the Purple Lady will be taking over the rest of the way. You are now free to move about the cabin or into another plane of existence. We should be in San Francisco 15 minutes ahead of our scheduled arrival time. Thank you for flying Alaska Airlines. God is love, and there is no such thing as death.
Wow.
If it was, if I didn't know any
It's a black
better,
box recording.
it looked like Jim Morrison with a silly hat tragically photoshopped on him that I did. Yeah, he's. You should get into this a little bit. He is facing 83 attempted murder charges.
Yeah.
And a single count of endangering an aircraft, which you think would be one and the same. But I guess
they're separate.
It's 84.
So
84 separate
he's not
charges.
the pilot. He's not even the co-pilot piloting the craft. He's just a pilot that happened to be there on that flight that was hanging out in the cockpit.
They usually extend that courtesy to like stewardess. Can you call them stewardesses anymore? Stewardesses and other crew and stuff. Like, well, they need to meet their flight somewhere else, so they're just going to be the passengers.
Or 9-year-old children who want to see the cockpit.
Yeah,
Come in here, son.
Who aren't tripping on my. Yeah, have you ever seen a grown man naked?
He's banging on the door trying to get the little wings.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to set the stage, right? So he is tripping balls on mushrooms. He gets on the plane. He has to maintain long enough to get into the air to put anybody's life at danger. So how long is this? 30 minutes? You got to wait for all of the people to get on the plane. You got to wait for the stewardess to do the little spiel. He's the whole time.
He could have ran and laid disheveled and just been like, I'm so glad I made it. And they were like, this seems normal.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Quote.
wait for that the seatbelt sign to go off. He's like, I want to ransack the cabin, but I have to wait for
Can't
that
do
light
it.
to go on.
So he's having a conversation with the pilots, and he just goes, I'm not okay, and pulls levers. The levers, too. Now, okay, I'm not okay, and pulled the levers of both of the... Wait, what the fuck? What is it?
The fire suppression.
Handles of the fire suppression system, which are used to stop engine fires and shut down fuel.
He turned it into a foam pit rave.
It's like, I'm not okay, maintain.
He just starts turning the lights on and off. It's like, if you guys want, can you turn on and off your call lights?
He reportedly told the flight attendant, you need to cuff me right now or it's going to get bad.
And that was just to be sexy.
It's like, do you have the fluffy?
He said he had a nervous breakdown and he couldn't handle it because he felt dehydrated. And he said he thought he was dreaming and just wanted to wake up, while the rest of the flight thought they were having a nightmare and just wanted to wake up. Can you imagine? How many
not
of
check
you
people that are going to be in the cockpit for, like, I don't know,
How many of
cognitive
you
abilities?
know you're alive? How many of you really think you're really alive? You're like, what? You all right? Beep, 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 beep,
I
beep,
think those passengers felt that they're like, well, this can't be worse than the lady running with diarrhea up and down the aisle on that flight where they had to land the planes. Like, it can't be worse than that. And then this happens.
Yeah, and they're like, no, it is. It's a little
Okay,
worse.
it
They're
can
like,
get worse.
he shut down the engines and the fire suppression system.
He's huffing every emergency mask that fell.
There's somebody on the plane who was also on the diarrhea plane who's like, I'm just going to drive. I don't even know why.
My luck is so bad.
There's no amount of miles they can give me that's going to make up for this.
Can you imagine all your travel miles? You're like, yeah, this was for when the Asian guy got the shit kicked out of him in the middle of the aisle and dragged off the plane. Everything is just an incident.
He gets those free box lunches for life. You know, those little candy snack boxes that they charge you $15 for.
Yeah, he's like, you like this? Crackers and cheese. Oh, how'd you get those?
Who wants my hummus?
Yeah, a guy. I don't like hummus. I also don't like barreling to the ground while a man on mushrooms is screaming.
Getting sprayed with foam or whatever. I thought I was dreaming and I wanted to wake up. Wow.
It's my
Some
understanding.
checks, maybe. Maybe just people, if you're going to be in the cockpit, don't be.
Well, it's my understanding fourth best pilot at Spirit. So not
This is accurate.
not rare.
No.
Just no one noticed before.
He had as good a chance as any to try to get that plane intact on the ground.
Yes, that's true. Just lands comfortably in a field.
Like a big pillow. Yeah. It's like in The Simpsons when Homer's so overtired and he's driving and then he thinks the car's floating and turns into his bed.
Yeah.
And then it comes back to reality. There's like a leg and then like a chain link fence dragging from the back of his car.
I want to know what that dream was.
That he thought he was having?
Yeah.
It was
like,
life.
What is he pulling?
There was the
What are the
reality.
levers?
It's him sitting in a cockpit with two very scared men. I'm assuming, man, if they were good pilots.
Possibly. We'll see. Court filings.
Getting lucky at the slots in Vegas where he's in that control room and Lost thinking he's preventing the island from blowing up.
Yeah.
I just want to wake up.
So odd because like mushrooms is just never one of those things that your mind should go there. Like that you take so much of them.
Yeah.
That you're sitting there going like, you know what? I think I should probably stop the plane.
Yeah.
Like that would never like there's a tense anxiety that you would get where that would like the closest thing I ever did to that was on acid. I was trying to cut down a tree with a stick to turn into a canoe so I could go to 7-Eleven and get Kleenex, but I was aware it wouldn't work, but I was still trying.
You're determined though.
Yeah, but
Testing on a hypothesis.
yes, to see if it would work, but it wasn't like gonna hurt anybody.
Yeah.
This is just like Angela, you've done mushrooms.
Yeah.
You don't want to kill everyone when you take
No, I
them.
want to hug everyone. But I take the right amount.
Yeah, like this guy
Takes what the doctor
This guy
prescribes.
took
her.
way too
Right.
much.
Yes, the doctor,
It's what's on the label that CVS tells you.
Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah.
Doctor My
Spaceman.
Neighbor. Yeah, Dr.
Spaceman.
Spaceman.
You can't just start with the plane. You got to work your way up to it. Like if you're in the passenger seat of a car and you're doing the mushrooms, you got to lean over and just yank the emergency brake while they're in the middle of the highway.
Right.
Then you work up to the plane.
Yeah, you try something. You toss it into reverse while it's going and see if the transmission blows, which that doesn't work. We've done that.
It doesn't.
It drops your drive shaft if you're in an old Cherokee. Just want
Good
you
to
to
know.
know. I was on acid.
Anybody wants to know out there? That's how it works.
We're going very fast.
I knew a chick that was on acid and she spray painted the inside of her car gold with gold spray paint. She's like, it's going to look amazing.
This looks so cool. It's so shiny. It's so shiny.
So she's high on mushrooms and then high on the paint fumes
Yeah.
while the car and the
I met
windows
her in
are up.
rehab, so
Shrooms always seem very, very cool to do, you know?
Wants to drive somewhere but can't see through gold.
In the windshield.
It looks like one of Snoop Dogg's cars.
Yes. It's just like, oh, I forgot about that part. Then he has to put a plastic bag over the windshield so it looks like one of Snoop Dogg's old cars. Nobody.
No?
You know, you're quarter black.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Snoop Dogg's old cars?
Sometimes
I thought
they
this
put garbage bags.
To
Have you never been in the hood?
no.
Broken window.
Broken window, broken tail light,
Okay.
broken
I
headlight.
thought I was just referencing weed and
Duct
some way,
tape.
'cause you went, yeah, you said
Garrett.
I'm sorry.
Or you're Garrett.
Are we on shrooms?
I don't know.
I want to wake up.
Dave,
I have a
get
sound
up and
pad
crash
now.
this show now.
Can we rewind that part? I don't want it in the show.
Want to take it out.
What?
Are you serious?
Stop the plane.
I am not okay.
This past Monday, Hillary Clinton got into a shouting match with a heckler who demanded she denounce Joe Biden.
You know,
Yes.
this is not this is
No,
not the way
no,
to have
no,
a
that- I'm
conversation.
sorry.
If you want to
My-
have a
my-
conversation, you're
No.
welcome to come talk to me afterwards.
You can sit here. Okay, right. You're
Yeah,
gonna wait for me, right? Done is I have asked Hillary Rodham Clinton to denounce the president's openly warmongering, suicidal, idiotic speech.
And
That's
I've given
what I've
my
asked.
answer. I will
That's
not
what
do
I've
that.
done.
So that's the end of our conversation.
okay,
but I'll
sure.
still meet you outside.
Yeah, suicides are a real problem with Hillary Clinton.
You gotta watch out, bro.
I mean, she loves him. We actually have an exclusive statement from Hillary Clinton.
Hey, it's me, Hillary Clinton, about that guy that yelled at me on stage. I hope he doesn't get suicided later tonight because that would be really just a shame.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. She's so open about it too.
She calls it suicided, but I don't think it is.
She hides in plain sight.
She really does.
It's like,
Nefarious.
yeah, let's do all of it. And then everyone thinks she's not going to do it.
Do you remember when Anthony and I went through all the deaths that she's been involved with?
You know, we still
a
get
while,
comments about that.
Do you? Well, so many people are like, well, they know a lot of people. It's like who run through the woods, get shot in the back, and
Yeah.
ruled a suicide. Do we all know a lot of people where that happens?
All their friends and business associates, they all just wind up you part as friends as the years go on. You're like, yeah, I ever wonder what happened to those people? And then you go, oh, they're dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What happened to them? Did they move somewhere? Nope, they're missing. We don't know where they moved to.
What happened to the guy who's filing taxes for our charity? Oh, his pilot was on mushrooms. I don't know if you heard about that. And then what?
He
about
got double tapped in the back of the head.
Yeah.
He did it to himself.
just everybody that had a problem with also rented a private jet with a shitty pilot.
Weird coincidence.
The list was astounding.
It's crazy.
Astounding. Oh, they suicide. They know so many people that have killed themselves. And a lot of people kill themselves by,
Yeah, just
cutting their own heads off.
yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's all the time. You see it.
No, sometimes where you're on the phone, you slip on the stairs, and then you're just disembodied by the time you hit the floor.
Yeah. I mean, and then
In a bag.
Then you cut a finger off and mail it to a loved one. That's how you kill yourself.
Dump yourself in the middle of the woods.
I'm curious what the guy thought he was going to accomplish by her denouncing the speech. Even if she said, okay, I do, and like, what happens then? The guy has nothing else to say.
Well,
Right.
thank you.
It's like, well, that was what I was looking for. Thank
Yeah,
you.
what if he gets it? He's like, well, I didn't think you were going to do that.
It
I
turns
can't be more cringe.
it turns it into those, those town hall videos from some small town in California where they're constantly fucking with the town hall, where the guy just comes in and just says really weird stuff all the time.
Alex
Oh, you mean like
is
Alex
in the
Stein
studio.
on the other side of his wall.
It is the truth, though. It's the same thing where it's just people who have to sit there and take it.
They can't kick him out because he spent the $175 for the ticket to watch this pretty much a podcast that's
Yeah.
happening. Yeah.
Well, Alex does that. He does Gay for Palestine, and he goes to a local Plano group. Like, these people don't know. There's like 70-year-olds going like, okay. What I'm like, what are
Talking about stop signs and the amount of time that they're on a red light.
Yeah, and you're in.
I don't know how to fix Palestine.
You're in here trying to land a fatwa.
Better than the plane.
Yeah, that's right. Makes no sense. But I'll tell you what's comfortable.
Yeah, and what makes sense?
Miracle Made Sheets.
Mm-hmm.
They are self-cooling, my friend. They are quality, and they are using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA. Miracle Made Sheets are thermo-regulating.
Thermoregulated.
Of course, they're thermoregulating. I'm joking because we all make jokes. And designed to keep you at that perfect temperature all night long. Is your perfect temperature 68? Well, lucky. That's what it's going to be. So you can get a better night's sleep. And they're self-cleaning, you dirty, dirty boy. These sheets are infused with silver. So that means they prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth. And that 0.3% is that little bit of filth you're going to want to keep.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're luxurious.
Yeah.
They're comfy.
They're luxurious.
Quality. Come on. Get your
rock-
luxurious comfort.
No.
Go down here, trymiracle.com/normal and get that get those sheets, man. Do you get towels with these?
You get
Get a towel.
you get
set.
a washcloth, a hand towel, and a body towel. That's 3 towels.
That's 3 towels, and you get 40% off if you use that code. Come on, do it.
That's 40% off, and you get those towels. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Keep
What are you waiting for?
using your nonsense sheets that don't clean themselves? I haven't washed mine once, and I sleep in the street. So go ahead and get them, and you can save over 40%. That girl does not come with them.
No, they don't. No,
That's a
Fortunately,
totally
she does
different
not.
company. They it was Wayfair.
So many
and-
complaint calls.
Yeah, we dropped them as a sponsor. Go to a normal.
Trymiracle.com/normal. Get that 40% off,
Trymiracle.com/ that's 40
and you get this which is nice.
and miracle is spelled like miracle on ice.
Yeah,
Miracle of Gallagher too.
Miracle Whip.
Yeah, miracle.
Ooh.
You know, if you put some chocolate Jello pudding
Mhm.
into some Cool Whip, mix it all up and freeze it, it tastes like ice cream, but there's like no calories.
For real?
real,
I need
yeah.
something like that.
That's what I do.
Miracle sheets.
Miracle sheets.
Nice little treat while you're sleeping on the street.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then if you spill it on your sheets, 99.7 just slides off of it. So you're in luck, man.
That's what I.
The next day when times are tough, you're sucking right on it. You get that 3% left.
You got that little bit.
You get that little
Yeah,
bit.
you keep a little bit of flavor down
Yeah.
on those sheets. You still live in New York, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you go to Times Square and still
try not to.
Yeah, leave a box of Red Lobster on a guy's tent and think you're doing something good.
I walked, the last time I was in Times Square was actually about a week ago. I had to look because I thought people online were making this up. And I went up there just past 42nd Street, and there was this group that said Queers for Palestine. Mm-hmm. And I just see them. They got their bed sheets, and I'm looking at it, I go, okay, this wasn't made up. And I just turned around and walked right back. And I was like, I'm not being a part of this.
Delusional.
You're walking away, all you hear is gunshots and rope tying.
Times Square became like it was, where like the Jews had the red stairs for the Broadway tickets section, and then the Palestinians had the Hard Rock Cafe. Like there was a battle line drawn right there, protesting for 2-3 days straight. And then, not that this is belittling what's going on, but the people protesting just seemed to like, all right, that's enough. And now it's back to business as usual in Times Square, like they were never there in the first place.
Like, well, we did our job.
Yeah, Americans give up easy.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
A lot of fighting.
Yeah.
Once it's on social media, once you got your photos, the little video clips, all right, cool, we're done. On to the next thing. And
We got our TikToks. We're good.
I was there doing Fox, and I was by the Roosevelt Hotel, which was once very nice. And you had...
back when Roosevelt was still alive.
Yeah, granted, yeah. Back when old Teddy was there, or, which one was riddled with Franklin
Franklin
Delano, who had
The broken old legs.
his stupid chair, his stupid wooden chair. Doesn't matter, he couldn't feel anything anyway. But
We had his chair here.
Yeah, we have his
what?
chair. It's not mine.
You racing it?
I
I'm
will.
gonna sit in it right now.
If you get that, and then like I know they like to buy movie props around here.
Yeah.
Get Charles Xavier's wheelchair from one of the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Just race him down the hallway.
We could do old-timey X-Men.
That's the way.
We
Or-
should.
Yeah.
You could do that, or you can reenact the scene from Revenge of the Nerds where they're all drunk on the tricycles going around the track.
Yeah,
Couple,
I like it.
get some mushrooms, start racing the
Yeah.
wheelchairs
Yeah.
around here.
I'm down.
Get in the plane, take it down.
I think we have a Superman costume, a Christopher Reeves worn Superman costume.
Okay.
It's just leaning up against a wall.
We get
upstairs.
an FDR chair. We get a blow chair. We use that costume. We use an Xavier costume. We have ourselves a movie
We do.
and a history.
Yeah.
I
Historical
think we should
film.
throw the Batman mask in there too.
Yeah. Someone's got to wear that as well.
We have a Christian Bale Batman mask too.
Well, they can't shoot movies right now. This should be happening here. Shoot
right.
all of this
Like it's a
stuff.
mad, mad,
You're not
mad
SAG.
world.
Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, well, I am SAG. I just don't think they found out about me yet. But if you go,
You scab.
I don't care. Yeah, I got honestly now my 9th penny check from Comedy Central in the mail.
They're gonna withhold
It's
it.
like, what? Thanks, guys. So we have the All in the Family set. We should just redo it with like Batman.
Do it. Get a piano
Yeah.
right there. Redo the song.
And Batman just
Oh,
coming back from
Batman.
work. He's got Edith, except it's Alfred.
Find that guy online who was doing the Bat Dad thing. Remember where
Oh,
he was
yeah.
harassing his wife all the time that she divorced him?
Yeah.
He was doing it for so many years, and then she just got tired of it, so he had to stop doing Bat Dad.
Classic Twitter right there.
Well, she took the kids.
Oh yeah, you get to keep the kids if
It's more time to make internet videos.
your husband won't stop dressing up as Batman. No judge is like, yeah, you get him, sir. And he's wearing the mask in court.
She got the kids. He kept the channel monetization, so it all worked out.
Yeah, she gets all the money, but it's all a good deal. Oh yeah, let's make some movies.
Yeah,
here. You're
dude.
right. We were talking about this last night.
Do it.
Yeah, they're not
Why
going to
we
make movies again.
Everyone's out of here like 5 p.m. anyway, so it's pretty much a ghost town. You could just start grabbing props and go to town with it.
That's what we're doing with like sketches and stuff. Because like you look,
Sneak them in.
yeah, just make stuff.
Dude.
This is what different. Like once Hollywood has to admit that they're either making a bunch of money and not paying people, or making no money and lying to their stockholders, it's all done anyway.
Yeah, it's a crumbling.
Garrett, who
Then we slide right in.
are you choosing to be? Are you Superman in the Xavier wheelchair, or are you playing Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
There's a Darth Vader costume. Full on Darth Vader. I'm going to be Darth Vader.
What doesn't this place have,
Dude, I don't know.
and how has it been acquired? Do these
Mysterious
studios
ways.
know?
I don't know.
Money for a showrunner.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it is. I need like a
Third editor.
on here. I just have drum roll.
stuff.
Wait, hold on.
Show needs.
There you go.
It's wet.
I typed in wet.
It's on leather.
I don't know. A Bentley and not an editor for me.
What happened to that Bentley, by the way?
There's
Disappeared, man.
like a $3 million Hitler Bentley.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like
I know. You look
Yeah.
surprised. It's like that every day here.
Yeah, like I don't know if Hitler drove it.
Part of the
but I saw it.
Hindenburg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tower 7.
Yeah.
Tower 7's just in the building over
Hitler's toenail.
It's not surprising to me. You
Could've
walk
been a little
in
white,
and it's
like
part
a
of the
glass
Hindenburg
box.
right there. And it's like, hey, you want to see this piece of, tragedy from history? It's right here.
Yeah.
Front, take a photo with it.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. This place is amazing.
No, he has a collection that I'm just very jealous of. And the Superman, the Christopher Reeves worn suit is like my favorite.
That's pretty cool.
Is just my favorite.
Like, I mean, Garrett knows like the nerd culture and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but you see those people that go, it's like, oh, this is a movie poster signed by John Carpenter. I look at my signed Funko collection, and then Glenn Beck's walking around here and goes, slow down, hold on, let me show you what I got. I've got Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
From
in
which
it,
movie?
yeah.
No, I have Mark
No, he's
Hamill.
here.
He's at my beck and call.
Over there.
He's wearing Robin Williams' beard.
I made him
Shaved
do
it
that
off
in
of
the
him.
movie.
It was cut off of him before he went in the ground. He's just got it on his face.
As he's cutting it off.
Oh, everything's getting darker. Life is rough. I'm a fan of Robin.
I love
We
Robin.
all are friends.
Of course.
That's
I
why
wouldn't love Robin.
I would buy his beard if I could afford it.
He would
I had
grow
billions
it.
of dollars.
Like I could grow it in 4 minutes.
Yeah, dude's hairy.
No, they're bringing him back, right?
Robin?
Like an AI thing.
No, they had so much.
How no?
They had so many cut scenes that they never used from his riffs for
I'm
Aladdin.
sure.
So they got the rights from his family to all the stuff they didn't put in the movie. They're now bringing back for this 100th anniversary Disney special.
Wow.
It's all new stuff that people haven't seen with Robin animated and his voice tracks and stuff. And it's coming out soon, I think.
Didn't he do it
Reanimating the
for
dead.
like 75 grand too? And they offered him it was like 8 million. And he's like, I just want to make something that's good for kids. And he like turned it down and did it for 75 grand.
Because he was at that time of his career, he was doing, he did Hook.
Mhm.
He did Aladdin.
Jack.
He did Fern Gully. He was the bat in
Yep.
Fern Gully.
The Magic Rainforest.
Yeah. He was doing all these wholesome little kid things because, I mean, he has a daughter that he named after a video game. So he was trying to find, he's like, look at some of my work. I can't show you Good Morning in Vietnam. So it's like, I need something.
That's what I show my 1-year-old son every day. He loves it.
It's a good movie.
I like to start him young on being a film fan, you know?
Yeah, and the little kid betraying him,
Uh-huh.
all people dying.
It teaches you soon, you know?
More like Bad Morning, you know.
Depressing.
Nailed it.
That's why they pay me the mediocre bucks.
You don't own that Bentley out there.
No, I
No.
don't.
Can't even touch it.
I have a Bentley, but it's an 04.
Does it say Matchbox on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made of chocolate.
I love that this is your job now, man.
So do I. It's exciting.
Wild.
It's fantastic.
I love it. I just get to talk about anything I want to.
Yep.
And I mean, for now,
Until she starts giving you the wrap it up thing, and then you ignore that and go another 20 minutes, and then the show's done.
she should talk
like
more.
every
She's
show.
into great nerd
She's great
stuff
on the
and
show.
movies.
Yeah.
I know. And sometimes
to get her
she's
to
just
do it.
rolling her eyes, and it's like, what the?
That's
do
what I
some-
had.
Yeah.
Do something.
Well, do something.
Sometimes you need to jump in and say, hey, let me tell you about 4 different things you just said that were wrong. And then you go and you correct them on the show. Hosts love that when they're corrected live on television.
It's my favorite.
I would like that.
I like to be corrected, but
It's
I'm
a masochistic thing.
I just don't feel I
I
deserve
just
what I
don't want
have.
them to get hard again.
Get a little.
Yeah, she knows how it is. I rip through jeans.
And I can see the microphone, so I know how it gets around here.
Speaking of the microphone being webbed with jizz, Spider-Man,
Yes.
new Spider-Man game just came out, and he's kind of like a cuck Spider-Man, where the entire game is not about Spider-Man, it's about other characters. Spider-Man's in there. He's every once in a while. But would you imagine a game called Spider-Man 2 where you play as a deaf black girl that paints the walls?
What?
Yeah. This is a legitimate...
You unlock this character.
This is a
I
legitimate
don't-
segment in the Spider-Man 2 game where you play as a little deaf black girl that paints BIPOC slogans on walls that lead you from quest line to quest
Paints
line.
with webs?
No, with a not a power, with a spray can.
Is she a spider?
That's a crime.
No, she's a regular person that is deaf.
But
He's
how?
Spider-Man 2.
But why?
Ask Insomniac. They made the game. But also, Insomniac, because they're trying to pander to everybody, they
nailed it.
actually messed up a little bit. The character of Miles Morales is Puerto Rican, and in his house they put the Cuban flag. Instead.
It's actually like all over the game I was looking at.
That's true. Yeah, it is kind of all over the game. I'm sure it's one texture that they just messed.
Well, it's okay. They hate each other, so it's going to work out great.
It'll work. He's communist.
Yeah.
Confirm.
I thought you were going to say, like, for the big reveal that his skin tone was too white, like they did with the Rock's wax figure.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Where he's like,
Is anything missing here? What's going on with this?
well, he's like, couldn't you tell people, or he's like, couldn't you change the skin tone? It's like, I don't know, Rock, why don't you tell us what the hell you are? Let's start there. And then we can work backwards.
He's the people's champion.
He's
What is
Black
he, though?
Samoan.
He's Samoan.
Supposedly.
I think he's half black, half
I
Samoan.
do get it, though, because sometimes, depending on his social media, he's black, but then he's Hawaiian, but then he has a history of living in Tennessee, and then he's all over. He's a little
What, a
of
black
everything.
Samoan can't live in Tennessee?
Got a lot.
Yeah.
And he supposedly had a story. Was his dad a wrestler too?
Yeah,
Yes.
Rocky
Yeah.
Johnson.
That's what it was. Yeah, his dad was a wrestler, but then he claims that he had no money at one point. He had $5 to his name, and that's when-
$7.
Yep, decided to become a wrestler.
A
Which
small
I love
loan of
the
$1 million.
story. Yeah, love the story. I think that was Trump.
Yes, it was.
They're similar in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways, you know.
Well, yeah, they're both in the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
That is true.
yeah, so there you go. Yeah, but The Rock, they both have a pec tattoo.
Yeah.
Of something Aztec.
Samoan tribal tattoos.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I never liked him as a wrestler. I'm not gonna lie.
He's one of the greatest to ever cut a promo.
Smell what's cooking.
Yeah.
I liked ECW at the time. I'm not gonna lie to you.
A lot of people like ECW.
I know, but if
You can like more than one thing.
I did like more than one thing, but I was really into ECW, so I found The Rock a little cheesy for me at the time.
Right.
I wanted to see barbed wire and blood, and it was more fun.
We all did.
More attitude guy.
Then we were
Yeah.
told that we weren't allowed to see it anymore because we're in the PG era. So then that thing went away.
Why did something happen with head injuries and a guy and his family?
I don't know. If you see old Mick Foley matches as Cactus Jack, where you're just seeing flesh
Blood.
pulling off of
Yeah.
barbed wire, and
That's the
he through his nose.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? I mean, you use the old crippler crossface and send your wife to hell.
Yeah. Well, now they just they sold the company to UFC and
Billy Corgan.
do stuff
from
with the
Smashing
Saudis now.
Pumpkins. What does Billy Corgan own?
He owns some independent wrestling.
Doesn't he?
I don't know if he still owns it or not. He's a huge wrestling fan.
He is, which he seems to be a fan of nothing. So I'm glad he likes something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he always looks upset.
Well, if you had that head, wouldn't you?
Yeah, him sad on a roller coaster though is still my favorite. But there's no. It's same as when he performs live though, and people are yelling out like "play this," and he's just like, "All right, get it out of your system." It's like, come on, man, you had Siamese Dream. They're just yelling three things.
Yeah.
Play one of them.
See one of those. just-
Yeah.
I hate that. When you go to a concert, I want to hear the
Well, it
freaking song I came to
depends.
come to this concert for.
Depends. A lot of those. Some 90s bands are like that too, but it's more like an 80s, 70s thing where if you're out there and you want to hear the stuff, they're tired of playing it. They don't want to play it anymore. They'll play maybe one as the encore or something like that, but they start to like resent their own fan base. But you just had a festival in Vegas this past weekend called When We Were Young, and there was like 30 bands playing, and one night was headlined by Green Day. The other night was headlined by Blink-182.
Yeah.
Those two bands can't give enough fan service. Somebody will yell out something, and he goes, all right, let's do that. And then when I come around, starts playing, like, they don't give a shit. They'll give you whatever
I like
you want.
that.
Yeah.
You just went to see Kiss.
I did.
I assume that they played the hits.
Oh, they played the hits.
That's what they got.
That's all they did.
The hits.
I mean, I wouldn't say they played them, but they certainly pretended to really hard.
They lip sync to it.
Yeah, it was, but yes, they played the hits. It would be funny if it's like I went and saw Kiss's new shit.
Yeah, Kiss.
Dave's there yelling
Like,
out
we're
the
not playing
solo
that stuff.
projects that they won't acknowledge. Like,
Yeah, they ever existed.
play New York Groove. That's not our song.
Yeah.
Like Paint It Black.
That's not our song.
Wipe off your makeup and sing Beth.
I want that era.
It's just the worst.
Where's Shannon Tweed?
Yeah. She just comes out, they come with a guitar, it's acoustic. It's just like, this is a little one that I wrote, just like sitting cross-legged on a stool. Shout it, shout it.
She's performing like a coffee shop performer.
Oh, Shannon Tweed, you bring her out. She's also shooting ping pong balls into the crowd.
All right, that's worth the admission.
I was
would
gonna say
go.
that's
I would
a
go
good
to
show.
that.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
She's just doing that while they're playing the Kiss hits, and the Kiss isn't even on stage. She's just shooting stuff into the crowd.
Well, I always think of the story every time I look at Gene Simmons, and especially now, when he was caught walking a very large woman into his hotel.
Right.
And somebody stopped him, and he goes, "What? You can't always have prime." Or he goes, "You can't always have filet mignon. Sometimes you have to eat McDonald's." It's like he's such garbage.
Dang.
Remember he tried to copyright the old cartoon money symbol on a bag?
Yes.
And then government's just like, you can't fucking have
Yeah,
that.
like you can't have everything. You're not allowed to do it.
What was he going to do with it? He was just that?
He went through a
have
period
big
where he was just trying
money
to
bags.
copyright ridiculous stuff that he thought, oh, nobody's touched it. But it's, because it's like in the public entity of being used since the 20s when Warner Brothers started making cartoons, that they put the dollar symbol on a bag so that you knew they were stealing money. And he's like, you know what? I think I'll own that. It's not enough that I have a coffin with my name
that's the
on
most
it.
I was
Jewy
gonna
thing
say,
I've ever
remember
heard.
the coffins.
Yeah. The coffin,
Like, he
the
just
pinball
wants to make a
machine,
buck.
the popcorn machine.
Wow.
There was something on Howard Stern too where they were talking about like how he wouldn't say other celebrities' names on air. Like he wouldn't reference other people. He's like, nobody gets anything for free.
Yeah.
Like, I need product placement. You got to pay me.
Yeah.
I was at a mansion and the person wore a captain's hat. I won't say who it was. Yeah, he's just I don't know. Like, I appreciate what he did in the sense, but it's like I brought my son there because he plays him on drums and he knew him from Scooby-Doo. And it's a fun show. It's that's all there is to it. Like, it's a fun show. It's a concert that's not going to be horribly inappropriate.
And they play the hits.
And they play the hits.
Play the hits. That's all we're asking for.
Until you ask, and then they refuse and walk off stage.
Yeah, it's not like it. When I went and saw Steve Miller, and I've seen Steve Miller a couple times, but then Journey was the next band. And I was like, oh, man. And then Journey went up, and you're like, yeah, he sounds good, but I don't like Journey. And then
You don't
they
like
get to that.
Journey?
Yeah, no.
I love Journey.
No.
Good,
well,
easy listening.
I don't know. You should probably go sit in the corner. But I
I also enjoy Journey.
Thank you.
turn around.
Girls are allowed to enjoy Journey.
Yeah, girls can like Journey.
Get out of here. We'll not take any.
You're right. Bitches can like Journey.
Yeah.
So
Journey's awesome.
You can't say bitches.
oh, I
Was
can't.
that good,
That's against
Eric?
the.
Was that?
I mean,
Did I do good?
You can like Journey. I'm not
I
saying.
okay?
Here's the problem. If you're from Detroit, there's the line "Born and raised in South Detroit" that everyone sings every time that song plays, no matter where you go. The very next line to that song is "Took a midnight train going anywhere," which no one seems to realize that means anywhere else
But
to South
Detroit. Right.
Yeah.
South Detroit is also a river or Canada. It doesn't exist. It's not. There's
It's
no
a mythical land.
no
He was
South
painting.
Detroit.
He's painting a story with.
But you're not from there.
Born and raised in South Detroit.
But right when I was there, we were like, all of a sudden, I'd never been to a Journey concert, and they started playing it, and I was like, oh no, because this is a whole concert of Journey fans. And right when that song is like, "Born and raised in," I was like, fuck, and I was running out of there like a bomb went off.
No.
I can't do it, and I hate it because how many good groups are from Detroit that has to be the anthem? Journey.
They're from Detroit?
No. Motown is.
Okay.
The White Stripes, Alice Cooper. Like, name a band.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah, like, and then we go with Journey.
That's the anthem. Well,
It's not Journey's fault that I don't care for them, but it's Detroit's fault.
It's their
That's
fan
why
base.
I don't like. So I don't mind that you're right to like them. You live in Texas. I have nothing against you. Angela, enjoy Journey.
I will,
great.
I will
Great
enjoy
music.
it.
Yeah, enjoy it.
I'll love it.
Yeah, go home, put it on, dance around.
gonna put it on
Sing into a hairbrush like an idiot.
Yes.
I will.
And then
That's what you do to Journey. That's what it's for.
No,
No.
can't approve it.
but I can't do it.
I hate songs that bring people together.
Joy.
I like a song that's sad.
I'm
get
pretty
it.
sure Journey has some sad songs.
It's not the only song by Journey.
Well, it is. I mean, name another Journey song you like.
Ever since that Sopranos ending,
Don't
that's
Stop
all
Believing?
Everybody knows is that one song.
That is the song. Don't
Oh, yeah, you're
Believing
right.
is literally the song.
He
Any way
just
you
proved
want
his point.
Any way you want it.
Hey,
That's
what-
the
yeah,
way
that's a
you
good- yeah.
need it. Any way you want it.
Is that Journey?
Uh-huh.
I don't think
Could
so.
be.
Oh,
Fact check.
well, now I like Rodney dancing in Caddyshack, so you might have won me back. I don't think that's Journey, though.
I'm
Isn't
looking
it
right
Kenny
now.
Ask Jeeves.
Loggins?
Ask Jeeves.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's definitely
Jeeves.
Journey. It's Journey.
I'm not good with remembering
Let's
anything.
just say it's Kenny Loggins and be okay with it.
I want to be okay with it.
Kenny Loggins, too.
Okay, look, there it is.
Yeah, and their stupid Earth, Wind, and Fire thing. You're not Earth, Wind, and Fire. You don't deserve that logo.
That is true. I never understood the connection there. Boston also has like a weird,
Yeah.
Yeah.
mythical spaceship.
It's all psychedelic
thing.
drugs
Yeah,
going back to the mushrooms.
Boston's logo should just be an Irish cop shooting a black guy.
Polluted.
It's
river
like Easy
next to a
Rock.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes. Just Kennedy liquor money. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a Journey guy.
No.
I don't like Bon Jovi. A lot of people like Bon
I
Jovi.
hate Bon Jovi.
I
There's
hate
another
Bon
one that
Jovi.
brings people together that I can't stand.
No, he's garbage.
No, it's like the Journey song when that started.
I shouldn't say
Just a
that. I know
small town girl.
the one girl's the one. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I like the guitars, but not Bon Jovi.
Oh.
And scene.
Hadn't seen.
And
She's very nice.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm not. I don't like. Why would I like Bon Jovi?
Should
it's a girl band.
It's like John Mellencamp,
No,
and then he called himself Cougar.
no, don't like that. Oh, Bruce Springsteen. Never liked him either.
See, I like Bruce Springsteen.
I don't like him.
Now
I'm not a
do.
Bruce fan either.
See, I liked a
Bruce
lot of
doesn't
his
have songs that bring people together like at a bar and act like idiots. You could play a Bruce song and somebody will go, "Oh, that's a Bruce song," but nobody's singing along with
See,
it.
Neil Diamond does, but I
trying,
like Neil Diamond.
I love Neil Diamond.
You know, but if you throw on
Neil Diamond's
Sweet
good, yeah.
Caroline in the wrong place, wrong time, it's gonna be a loud bar.
So what?
Bum, bum, bum.
It bleeds
Neil's-
out all the other assholes going, "Johnny used to work at the docks," and you're like, "That's the only line you know until we get to Living on a Prayer."
Yeah, and then
All you know, you drunken idiot.
Living on a prayer.
Yeah,
Is that what you're living on, or is it
living on welfare. Yeah,
you?
Living
my
on
tab's on my
welfare.
EBT card.
You piece of Jersey shit. I hate. He's got a bowl cut like he's 10. Like
Times are tough. He has to
Weird.
save on haircuts.
it's do rags. Like there's nothing enjoyable. He was in Vampires. I don't know. It's gotta hell. Yeah.
Sucks.
I just it's one of those large groups I can't get down. I'm trying to think of some other ones that I just people love. Pardon
How do you
me,
feel
this
about the
gross.
Beatles? I know there's like a.
There was a little bit
big-
of contention about that.
Yeah.
For over 20 years, I promise you, I have been saying I'm not a fan of the Beatles, but I honestly do respect and appreciate what they did for music. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think Ringo is a highly crapped on drummer. I think that he's actually a very talented drummer. But I do think that they're not my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I don't think that they're crap though, but I also like John's solo work, and I like the song "Oh Yoko" because of Rushmore. So people might argue that with me.
You're just like
You have like a
soundtracks.
contextual like of things. You know, like,
Yeah, like I mean,
if you like the way that you experience that song,
yeah,
then that's why you like us.
yeah. Like I
for
like
some things.
I like some of the hippie stuff. I don't like when it goes so far into Sgt. Pepper, but I do like some of the White Album. I do like some of Let It Be. I just hate like help. I need some help. Not just anybody. Help.
You know,
Like, and it's just not my thing.
That's pretty
it's
good.
a good.
But I love soul music. Like I love Motown. I love the Four Tops. The Temptations are unreal. Like I love Aretha Franklin. I love I don't know. I love. I mean, look, Phil Spector, horrible person, but
Great producer.
Great
Man,
producer.
He's amazing.
You can't get better.
He invented the wall of sound.
Yeah, like if you can get the good song out of somebody by pointing a loaded gun at them.
I mean, that's how I got Tina Turner famous, you know?
Yeah, like
These are those scenarios when that they try to say is like, well, you got to learn to separate the art from the artist.
yes,
These are the examples of that they're talking about.
100%.
Yeah.
So I think there's so much great old music, but to say like the Beatles are bad, I think would just be, I think you'd just be contrarian.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Oh, I enjoy their music.
Yeah.
I used to listen to the one album over and over and over because it's just all of their
The one that's
best.
kill.
The greatest hits album.
The greatest hits. That's what I listen to, just over and over and over and over and over.
The one that's kill John or Paul or whatever. Like,
What?
I prefer Yoko's music.
oh, she's great. I love her art too. I like anything
I
terrible.
like that song that goes, ah.
Yeah. Where she just screams.
That's
favorite
from
one.
Rock and Roll Circus.
Yeah.
That concert film.
Yeah, just
Where you got Clapton, the Stones, the Beatles, the Who, like all these legendary people are there. And then for some reason, John just brings her up. And while they're just doing drug-filled guitar riffs all at the same time, she grabs a mic and just starts wallowing for 9 minutes.
Just like staring at him.
Oh, yeah.
What is this?
He was on stage with somebody too, like a legend. I just can't remember who it was. I can look it up.
I like clap.
Bowie, maybe somebody.
No.
Everyone in that movie is a fucking legend.
Clapton was so mad he went home and kicked his kid out a window.
They got a #1 album right after it. So
Question:
a
do you
good
like
deal.
Michael
Marketing.
Jackson or Prince?
Chuck Berry. It was Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry.
Very. Well, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was just like, "What the fuck is
He
that?"
was probably just hoping she was working up a load so he could get a photo. Is there?
How do you stand on that?
I like Prince more
Fair.
by far. I mean, but I love Prince.
Fair.
So I mean,
Eric.
Michael Jackson, because I mean, I like Prince, but when I was growing up, I was hearing a lot more Michael Jackson than I was Prince.
I mean, growing up's a bit different. Like when I was a kid, I certainly knew more Michael Jackson. But now it's like I mean, I just love Prince, dude.
I was gonna say the same thing. I grew up on Michael Jackson because I was like one of my mom's favorite artists, and we had all the records, and I would just listen to those like nonstop. And then as I got older, I started to listen to Prince's stuff outside of like the main line, like Purple Rain. You got that,
Sure.
like his other stuff, and it's just so like nothing compares to you. His version of that is the best. It's the superior version of that
Correct.
song.
Oh, by far.
And he's just such a talent. So yeah, I start to kind of lean on Prince side as I get older.
Yeah, that dead skinhead did no service. But when you go into the
Not the superior version.
No, you're right though. She did a nice job, but his is his, and I like that you can go into when you're in Minneapolis in the airport. There's actually a Prince store that has like the Batman soundtrack record and stuff.
Yeah, he did the
I know
Batman.
because I bought it. Yeah,
And then
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson's just dancing on a parade float as he's poisoning the city to the next
Yeah.
Prince song.
Yeah,
and I
it's
know
so great.
I know one of his backup dancers is a really cool guy, and he brought me to a bunch of different jazz clubs in Omaha, and he just said that Prince was a really nice,
He just
fascinating person, and just never. It wasn't that he wasn't
good guy.
egotistical. He was just a different level of person, just sort of a fascinating human being. And when he saw talent, he would want to cater to it, and he had a different vision of what things were, and it's just a shame that he died the way that it's like Tom Petty,
Remember his family found his vault he had all this music that he'd never wanted to release. He just
Right.
threw in the vault, and then they got control of everything and said, "Oh, we're going to put everything out." Did they? I don't recall them ever putting any of that stuff out.
I don't think so.
no.
They're still just sitting on it.
'Cause they did that with Michael Jackson, but that was Sony that just like took all of his old unfinished songs and then added Justin Timberlake or something to it.
What if it's all just terrible, and then they just
all
listen
sucks.
to it, and it's like Big Red Beret, and they're like, "This isn't what we thought it would be. It's just different versions of what he wrote." It's like Blue Rain,
He's
Blue
playing on
Rain.
an old Casio SK1, one that you could sample your burps and play them as notes.
Yeah, one's just him farting in a bathtub.
Just in different keys.
If it exists, they'd put that shit out. It would sell. People would buy it.
Yeah.
I would.
Have you ever watched the performance? It was James Brown and Michael Jackson was there in the room. So James Brown doing his thing, and he goes, "Hey, we have somebody, a famous person in here, Michael Jackson. Come on up on the stage." And he comes up, and they're playing the whole time. They're playing this funk beat over and over and over and over and over. And then Michael Jackson comes up and he dances and he sings a little bit, and then James Brown's like, "That was great. That was great. We got somebody else out here. Prince in the back." And then Prince is in the back. And he's like, "Come on up." And then Prince comes up and then does the same thing. And they'll have like this weird like dance battle. It is like one of the greatest performances. If I could go back,
I don't think I've seen that either. But
you gotta go see
they're
it.
spinning and moonwalking, and while James Brown's doing the split.
Yeah, he's just like, it's amazing.
James Brown just cocking a shotgun.
Taking him out.
Who I love, dude. James Brown is unreal too. He's
Legend.
another one who, and Marvin Gaye too. What's Going On is one of my favorite songs, and I actually have his autograph on that album, and it's like one of my prized possessions. Is just because it is something that will never. What's Going On? It seems to just be getting more and more relevant as every day goes by. You know,
Al Green's also a legend that I loved a lot.
yeah, there's just so many great singers. But yeah, as far as like you said, like showman mixed with talent and live singing, there were very few that could compete with James Brown and Prince. And James Brown just caked in sweat, wearing scarves. Like he's half Elvis.
Yeah,
They kept trying to
it's
put
like
the
Black
cape on
Elvis.
him, and they're dragging him off
Better.
the stage, and he throws the cape off and goes running back out.
Yeah.
12 more minutes.
Better than Elvis.
Yeah. Dude, he was spectacular, and he always had that crazy, like it was originally a pompadour, like, but then that wig that is so good.
So like this very James
It's called
Brown shape.
alopecia, okay? It's a very sensitive
I'm sorry, Jada. But yeah, he had. I was so pissed when the movie about him came out, and it was PG-13.
Rocky 4.
Rocky IV. When James Brown plays Clubber Lang. So, but I really, when I saw it was going to be PG-13, it's like you can't make a movie about James Brown.
He hit his wife with a lead pipe.
I know.
How do you get a PG-13 rating out of that?
Like even Bobby Darin's movie with Kevin Spacey, it was R.
Frankie Lyman, who was doing 50s doo-wop songs and then banging every underage teenager in Harlem, had an R-rated movie, and it made sense.
Well, every song from the 1950s is just like, "You're only 14 years old."
Sneak in your room when your dad is out.
Yeah, every single.
When did that movie get made? Was that recent?
That
was like
no, probably about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Could be maybe a little.
Maybe they'll
longer.
make another one.
They should.
It's a good biopic.
The actor was good. It's just they didn't use the script. I'm sure they wrote an R-rated script, and then some jackass who ran the company was like, "How can we make the James Brown story?"
We need to make it more appealing to
with
the families and to the masses.
Yeah,
get that demographic
a
in.
Rick James movie, and they're like, "Okay, so how can we have her burn her with a crack pipe, but not make it so scary?"
He falls asleep with a cigarette. There you go.
There you go.
That's how we do it.
There you go.
Family friendly.
Is she still tied up and scared? Man, she's tucked in well.
Yeah.
Make sure she's sweating all the time.
Yeah.
The doors aren't locked.
Well, we are running out of time, but before we get to our question for the end of the world, I will be not saying my plugs first.
Oh.
Going to E-Rock. Where can we find you, my friend?
Oh, thank you, buddy. It's ericnagel.com. All the links and stuff to my show on iHeartRadio, aptly named It's Erik Nagel. We do it every week. Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts, and all the video stuff up on our YouTube channel, all under It's Erik Nagel. And also compoundmedia.com.
There you go. Where you can find the Anthony Cumia show, my former employer and friend.
Hope he's doing all right.
He's great. Yeah, he had. How was?
He was in the hospital.
Doing okay. Still recovering. Hopefully be back soon.
Yeah, he was supposed to come on this fine program.
Yeah.
Well, he's been a bit preoccupied.
Well, tell him heart attack or no, he needs to come on the show.
Just show up at his place with a live GoPro cam going.
I'll
Just
just mics.
knock on the door like those old investigative reporters.
Yeah. Or when
Anthony, I'm going to need you to take a seat here.
or when TMZ was calling me because they said he died.
Oh, I got those.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
TMZ, come on.
Yeah, I'm calling him, but fortunately he doesn't wake up until 6 p.m. And then he's like, yeah, I'm alive.
Playing Call of Duty. He's got other things to do.
Dude, that was the worst. Like, what do you mean he died?
Yeah, we all came into work. Did they contact you? Yeah. Did they contact you? Yeah. And then you always have one or two people. They didn't contact me. It's like, well, I guess you don't really matter.
I know, it's weird. They called me like a few hours ago. Just because they don't like you. This weekend, I will be at the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, Friday and Saturday. Come out. It's going to be a bootacular, I don't know, that would be good, show. And yeah, come out. And then, of course, our Halloween special will be on Tuesday. You're going to enjoy it, but we're going to be back here tomorrow anyway. Garrett, where can we find you?
I'm going to be on Nerdrotic's channel, Friday Night Tights, as always, on Friday, and my personal channel. And let's do Adam Krigler's channel on Mondays, Base Staff Mondays. Go watch it. It's fun.
Good programs.
Thank you.
And now we're going to bring you to, real quick though, Richard Roundtree, the star of Shaft, did pass away.
Yes.
R.I.P. Unfortunately had prostate cancer, so rest in peace to the, in my opinion, only Shaft.
Legend. Dude, we were just talking about him too. How great he was.
He's no Keenan Ivory Wayans, but
Yeah.
Well, I will say that I'm going to get you, sucker, was the greatest. But we've been talking to you, too, about big tech and big tech censorship for a long time. And one major step that Blaze Media is taking to declare independence from big tech ahead of the 2024 election is to ensure you that we bring you the truth. Right now, if you go to theblaze.com, you will be seeing a completely redesigned site. You'll see articles, opinion analysis, and lifestyle, sports, and tech commentary. But what you will not see are all those obnoxious ads that are on virtually every other website. So visit blazetv.com, explore the all-new ad-free experience, and see for yourself how we're prioritizing you, the reader, and stand up against the censorship regime. I don't know why I would mess that up. I know the word,
Regime.
but honestly, it's a really great new site they've been working on. Please go check it out.
It's an interesting idea because the way that Google works is if they label your site, problematic in whatever way, and they have ads on that, then they can suppress that website through those ads. And so I guess Blaze have decided to take those all away and kind of just focus on the reader. So
It's like my tasteful nude sites that I make from breaking into daycares.
yeah, almost just
keep
like that.
getting taken down. Wix just does not let you make those.
No, it's like, I'm like, I think it's tasteful. And they're
they're
like,
tasteful.
It's art.
yeah, they're like, it's a crime, a serious crime.
I thought it was just because of all the pop-up ads.
Well, that's pop-up bands. End of the world. In the last couple weeks, we've had pilots arrested because they were using cocaine and mushrooms. So we're going to ask our panel tonight, if your pilot could be on any drug, what would it be? QB.
Fentanyl, because then it could be like a world story. You'd shut the whole world down.
You just want to be dead.
Yeah. Take me out before all that happens.
All right. Angela.
I'm just going to say a runner's high.
Oh, that's well played. I like that. I don't know why you'd want them to be running around the plane.
No, Adderall then.
They wouldn't
It's
be
the
at the
same.
controls.
You took my answer.
It's the
All
best
right.
one.
Well, yeah, that's the only
It's
one.
the only one you would, yeah.
Well, now I got to think
Want
of
it
a
to be
new one.
Wellbutrin, a
By
heart
the time
medication.
it gets it to me.
Very focused on the controls.
Eric.
I want him to take whatever that drug was where the guy turned his skin silver and blue because he was taking it for so many years.
Colloidal
Oh,
silver.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
guy made the talk show route where he had a white beard, but his skin was silver and blue. I want my pilot on that just so that when he's doing the cross checks and people are coming in to make sure that the pilot's okay, the kids want to come in to get their wings. They're terrified by ice blue Santa flying the plane.
Or, of course, if they're on mushrooms, they just will not mess with the plane because they think God's flying it already.
They're on mushrooms. He looks perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's good.
Dr. Manhattan.
I guess I'm going to have to go MDMA. That way the co-pilot can take over and that guy can massage their shoulders while they land to the ground. Thank you very much, everybody. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you very much, E-Rock, for joining us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
And thank you enough, buddy. See you, everybody, tomorrow, same time, same place.
See you.